grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I wanted to rap since I was a baby. That was my dream job, and it came true.
You really are, an enigma when you think of the music industry because, like you said, you haven't toured like most artists that are as successful as you are, and you do have kind of like, I think you have a lot of power, man. You have a lot of influence on this industry, period. I don't know a lot of people who were dropping music the way you drop music.
YoungBoy's career is like nothing I've ever seen. He has such a rabid fan base. He's had more platinum albums than I think anybody else. When YoungBoy goes on tour, that's gonna break all the records.
There are many documentaries out there and narratives out there that paint NBA YoungBoy out as just a gangster rapper or a drill artist, right? Who produces nothing but gang violence and murder music, right? Growing up in the mean streets of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Just to talk about what it was like for you growing up here, and obviously it's a very specific place to grow up. Like when I think about Louisiana, y'all have a very distinctive style of everything.
In this particular place, it was hard. Just coming up around here, it ain't nothing but killing. A lot of burglarizing and shit. Carjacking.
And having a father who was sentenced to 55 years in prison.
I ain't seen that dude since I was 4 years old.
And also having an uncle who was known for robbing, as NBA YoungBoy stated in his hit track 38 Baby back in 2016. These type of things definitely played a role in his upbringing and what he put into his music, especially early in his career.
Man, Baton Rouge shit, it's all about staying alive. It don't matter if you in that setting or you out that setting. Ain't no hiding from gun violence. Ain't no hiding from violence, period. It's either jail or death, like literally.
But there is a side to NBA YoungBoy that's just as strong, if not stronger. And that side is the melodic side. YoungBoy has shown time and time again that he can go from a melodic record to a gangster record.
Bro, YoungBoy's so good, he can show you like a more emotion vibe and then switch it up and just start going crazy.
This type of talent is simply displayed in the song Heart and Soul. Then right after that, he drops Alligator Walk. A strategic move YoungBoy also does is drop 2 songs, but make it into one upload. The first upload would be a pain melodic storytelling song, and then the next one would be some gangster turn up shit. Well, Heart and Soul was a song simply talking about how saying, "Control, I gotta grow up, I done had all these kids. Thuggin', you been hustling backwards. Nigga, I done won, yada yada yada." Pretty much saying he's hustling backwards. He done won. He has to grow up because he has to be here for his kids, this, that, and the third. Then the next song is called Alligator Walk, where it's literally just some turn up gangster shit. Then he displayed that again on a recent upload when he got out of jail. Where I Been is Shot Calling. Where I Been was a storytelling, pain melodic song talking about how he was fucking up his life by doing the drugs, getting addicted to drugs, all that type of shit, right? Just really letting his heart out on the beat, saying he has to go big for his kids and he's gonna make sure we hear it in these songs. Then the next one was Shot Calling. And Shot Calling is a personal favorite of mine. Where I Been is my shit though. But Shot Calling, I get lit dancing every time I listen to Shot Calling, I get lit dancing to it. It's one of my personal favorites. On top of that, he also has a song Top Teens, which was pretty much a party record, something that they're gonna play in the clubs. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really feeling it, but I've been playing it every day, probably for the last 6 days now. That's a party record. That's just for the clubs, like I said. Showing his versatility in putting songs for pain melodic people who love to hear the singing, the harmonizing voice, and then the people who like the gangster turn up shit, and then the people who like the party records. But for those who aren't up to speed on NBA YoungBoy, we're gonna give you a quick background information on it. NBA YoungBoy Never Broke Again was born Control Deshaun Gauld on October 20th, 1999 on the north side of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He grew up with an older sister named Kendria and a younger brother named Kendall, who were on his mother's side, who he was very close to growing up. He wanted to be a rapper since the day he was born.
But I wanted to rap since I was a baby.
He was inspired by his mother, who used to do music.
My mom used to rap, so she inspired me to do it.
And take him and his brother and sister to the studio to record songs.
I used to go to the studio with her. Me and my sister sit on the couch while she records songs and stuff.
YoungBoy says the first song he ever wrote was called For a Reason, and he did that when he was 7 years old.
First song I wrote was for a reason.
YoungBoy was mainly raised by his grandparents, loving both his grandmother and grandfather.
And my grandpa, he's still living. His opinion, only opinion that matter, man. If I ain't satisfying him or right in his eyes, then I got a problem with myself.
His grandmother had a special place in his heart that no other person on the planet had. His grandmother took care of him, was kind to him, and got him anything he ever wanted. It sounds like he was a spoiled grandchild, which a lot of grandkids are.
I always stay with my grandma, like my grandma took care of me. My grandma gave me anything I want.
YoungBoy always talks about how his grandmother really made him feel loved, and the only time he ever feels that type of love is when he performs on stage.
My grandma made me feel love. The only time I ever feel love is when I walk on stage.
Unfortunately, NBA YoungBoy's grandmother would pass away in 2010. And this is a death that really hit home for NBA YoungBoy, considering the fact that his grandmother was everything, his protector, the most loving woman he probably ever knew outside of his mother. This is just a death that really hit home and pushed him into a different light.
That was my protection, my comfort. This is my angel. She died. I seen like just this very big difference inside everything.
He always said he didn't necessarily have to grow up how he grew up, but once his grandmother died and already being around everything that was streets, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the dad in jail, uncle doing what he did, just growing up, not having much, having just enough, but can't really eat because there's nothing in the house to eat.
Man, but when you look in the refrigerator, it's tutter in that bitch. All the money go to bills, man. I ain't shit in the house.
And with his grandmother gone, it just made him look at life completely different. He always says how he just looks at life different after his grandmother passed away. But his grandmother passing away is when he stopped going to school, dropped out in the 9th grade, and began street life. Probably street life was before that, but it really took a different type of turn once his grandmother passed away. That decision, unfortunately, did land him in, jail and, juveniles and stuff like that before he could really put his foot into the industry of music. He already had songs, like I said, when he was younger, but before he could really hit that stage and really enter that door of a top performer, he had to sit down and go to jail for a little bit. But once he got out, the whole world would find out who NBA YoungBoy really was. Like a lot of Baton Rouge rappers or rappers who come from the streets, YoungBoy began, like I said, dropping hood classics, gangster classics. Something tells me that he knew that those type of songs wouldn't be the songs to make him the NBA YoungBoy that we know today. He even said in, I think, a Billboard interview where he said if he learned how to sing, you wouldn't be able to stop him for real.
I want to learn how to sing. I got the rapping down pack, so I feel like if I knew how to sing, like, you couldn't stop me for real then.
I honestly believe NBA YoungBoy knew to have a big community, the big fan base that he has behind him.
I don't want to be dick riding and nothing, I just want to say that I like your music. And, this is my turf over here, and I'm holding it down for all the young G's. So, holla at your man if you need anything.
I feel like YoungBoy got the craziest fans out of any artist. Like, out of anybody that make music. Like, anybody in the world.
And he don't scratch the surface.
Lil Baby is not a good example for NBA YoungBoy is. But NBA YoungBoy is, bro.
You're speaking from age. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. That's you being old now. So don't call niggas young. If you're not going down,
you wasn't outside when Tupac was motherfucking moving mountains.
And nigga, you ain't outside when YoungBoy moving mountains. Bro, I got young niggas on my team that will literally cry if they meet YoungBoy. Like, literally cry. He is that impactful.
He would have to get into a different type of flow. Hard rapping and, aggressive rapping, even with raw and, turned up lyrics, it wouldn't get him to mainstream. It wouldn't get him to where he probably wanted to go. Learning to melodize and actually sing and changing up your flow is going to attract the female audience for one. Doing songs about heartbreak, actually melodizing, hitting notes on the beat, things of that nature, that's what brought in that female fan base.
What song you want YoungBoy to sing to you at the show?
Oh, I could name a million. Please don't get me started. Please. But the favorite song he's just blazing. Bombing with your Birkin bag. Man, you grew up. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I'm fucking with. I take pictures. I just grabbed it. He is so cute. I ain't cute. Not me. He ain't capping, dude. He wild.
It's extremely clear to me that NBA YoungBoy knew If he changed what he rapped about, changed his flow, changed all those things around, he would get a new audience. Yeah, the gangster hood Baton Rouge style of rap put his foot in the door, but it will only do that, just put his foot in the door. His variety of fans from males to females is literally pushed and became something due to his ability to be versatile. He has multiple songs that have charted on Billboard and charted period and have trended for weeks and weeks at a time, whether it was YouTube, Apple Music, or whatever, that weren't just gangster classics, weren't just songs like 38 Baby, weren't songs like Shot Calling, weren't songs like Dead Trolls and things of that nature. Songs like Life Support, songs like Lonely Child, songs like Drawing Symbols, songs like Blazing, songs like How I Been, songs like When Time Passed, Priorities, Burn. Those are the newer songs that he's dropped recently. You know, songs like that, that Uncharted Love, All In. The list goes on. I could keep on going. Valuable Pain, Genie. Songs like that is what attracted that female audience. It's more females than males on the planet. So if you can get a female audience or a female point of view, females to like your content, whether you do videos, whether you do music or whatever, you're in pretty good shape. And it's that type of versatility that allowed him to be able to collab with other female artists. Artists such as Queen Naija, artists such as Mariah the Scientist, Nicki Minaj. There's a video going around with some country singing artist. I don't even know her name. Some country singer. The list goes on. He also has a song, My Go-To, where he had Kalani feature on the song. Queen Naija and Kalani are both R&B singers. So the fact that NBA YoungBoy can not only have an R&B singer on one of his projects in My Go-To on the last Slimito, but also be good enough for an R&B singer to reach out and have him on one of her projects in No Fake Love on one of Queen Naija's songs. That just speaks volumes in my personal opinion. And the fact that, you know, R&B singers know what rappers to hit up for certain projects and, you know, things of that nature. NBA YoungBoy, like I said, has a long melodic catalog to where these R&B singers can see that and be like, okay, yeah, he could be good to work with. Queen Naija mentioned that somebody from her label even mentioned NBA YoungBoy to jump on her project.
YoungBoy, actually, someone from my labels recommended him.
She also mentioned how that NBA YoungBoy had told her that he needs her more than she needs him. And she was like, huh? What do you mean? You're NBA YoungBoy. You got this big crazy fan base. You stream really high. You're one of the top artists in the world.
And I really appreciated that because, to be honest, he streams very, very high. And I didn't expect for him to get back. And then he sent his verse back the next day. So I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't know why or whatever, but he sounded really good. And he said, is there anything you want me to change? And I was like, yeah. I was like, dude, like, I kind of told him to do the pre-hook or something like me, the Tupac sample. And I was like, I want tonight. I wanted him to do the same thing. So he changed it to that. And I think that it meshed together really well.
Right. Dope.
Yeah.
He said he didn't even charge you too, right?
He didn't.
Wow.
And I think that's crazy. And y'all, I promise, ain't nothing happened. I promise nothing happened. He just chose not to charge me. And one of the things he said to me was, I don't know why, but he was like, I need you more than you need me. I'm like, what you mean? I need you more than you need me. But I'm glad that it was mutual and like we were able to help each other out.
I think when he said that, she didn't really understand what he was saying. NBA YoungBoy is well aware of the energy that he's put out himself, but also the extra stuff that's been thrown onto his name. So the fact that a R&B singer is reaching out to him because she sees his ability and able to switch flows and be able to do melodic type of rap is gonna do something good. His caption on Instagram when he even posted it, talking about how he's, you know, I'm too dirty to be this close to a queen, this, that, and the third, talking about his image. The fact that with my image, somebody who's an R&B singer who's far away from what I come from can reach out to me for a song, and she's an R&B singer, a girl who grew up in church, a girl who talked about how she's trying to transition to gospel music. The fact that she can choose me out of how many artists in the world shows that I have a different side to me. And that's probably what he meant when he said that he needed her more than she needs him. Even people in the comment section on the song, on the music video, were saying that YoungBoy can go on any beat. women, a lot of women saying it. People just saying, YoungBoy can really go on any beat. YoungBoy can change up the flow, this, that, and the third. I believe that this project alone, this song alone really showed how he's so versatile. He's able to switch up his flow. The song had nothing to do with anything from the streets, nothing like no gangster shit, none of that. He literally matched her on her part. One of my favorite lines is when he said, "You see that Rolls Royce? I bought that. See that house on the mountain? I bought that. This house for us paid for is no rent." Something he said something like that. I really like that song. That just showed how versatile he is, how he's able to switch flows, how he can rap about multiple things. Again, that's why I believe he said he needed her more than she needed him. I needed you because you don't come from nothing I come from, and you haven't put out anything that I've put out, right? I have a lot of music that doesn't show where I come from, but that's not the music that they see. That's not the music that they want to label me by. So the fact that you're an R&B artist and you could come to me asking for a song, that just shows volumes. Like, okay, and I can use this as a way to show people like, hey, I got a different side to me too. Not only can I give you the Baton Rouge gangster turn up shit, but I could also go bar for bar and be lyrical and, melodize and show you a different side, talk about heartbreak and really change up what I talk about in the songs, to attract this female audience that I do have right now. Now, people who are watching this and don't agree with me on NBA YoungBoy being the most versatile, I want you guys to ask yourself a certain question. Most rappers who come up in the hood or come out the hood and, do certain type of music, come from the streets, how many chart on Billboard? And if they do, what type of songs chart? NBA YoungBoy had a song to chart on Billboard that was not a no gangster turn up music, no gangster song, no street stuff, rapping about anything street. His first song to ever chart on Billboard Top 200 was a song Untouchable that he released in 2017. That song, if you listen to it, I remember I wanted for to quit so many times. I knew this moment to come. Now is my time. I gotta make it for all them nights that my mama cried. I'm going in. I'm putting everything on the line. Dropped out of school to chase my dream. Had something to prove. I put my all into this shit. I can't fucking lose. They smile up in my face, but they don't know what I've been through. Plenty of nights I went to sleep and I ain't had no food. That song was literally just rapping about the come up.
I used to really doubt myself. Like, I used to think this shit wasn't gonna happen. I literally wanted to quit, and there been times that I quit for a short period of time, like a week, and like, you know what? Like, I gotta start back on this shit, like, cause this is what people fuck with me for.
Rapping about the come up, how, we're untouchable, can't nobody stop us, I'm headed to the top, it's only gonna keep going up and up.
Basically, like, we unstoppable at this point.
It's crazy how he came into the rap scene. The song to chart on Billboard Top 200 was that storytelling type song that didn't talk about the streets. It talked about the come up, but it wasn't any type of street lyrics or rapping about anything gangster, nothing like that. So it's crazy how my first Billboard hit was me rapping about nothing of what I come from. That also shows, okay, I can really make other music. And even on that project, in the first AI YoungBoy, it's turn up songs, gangster hood songs, and then you also have the storytelling, melodizing music on there as well. So it just really displayed his versatility. Another thing that, literally will solidify NBA YoungBoy as rap's most versatile artist is him being nominated for a Grammy in 2022 or 2023, I believe, featuring on the track What's Your Name with Tyler, the Creator. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the song What's Your Name was originally just a single with Tyler, the Creator, if I'm not mistaken. Then YoungBoy was brought on it, or he jumped on it, and he put his verse in. And it shocked everybody to see NBA YoungBoy and Tyler, the Creator, to be doing a song, period. Obviously, different type of styles, right? But like I said, with the Queen Naija situation, these other artists, singers or whoever, they know what rappers to go get for certain projects. They know, okay, this rapper could come on this and match my flow, because they've already shown it. They already got hit songs that are different from their other shit. So the fact that he was nominated for a Grammy on that song, What's Your Name, his first Grammy nominated. Just let that sink in. The first time I'm nominated for a Grammy What is your name? What do you bring? I like that. Like that shit was tough. I can't remember the words word for word, but that song isn't on no street shit. Me being nominated for a Grammy is a song where I'm not on any type of street shit. I'm not talking about nothing. It's not the regular turn up shit. I'm not talking about my homies locked up. I'm not talking about stuff I done did in the streets. I'm not talking like I matched Tyler the Creator's verse. That speaks volumes. The fact that me being my first time being nominated for a Grammy is when I make it's a feature, but other artists have been nominated and won Grammys with having a feature on the song. The fact that the song was nominated for a Grammy when I got on the song speaks volumes as well. But again, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people are misinformed and don't really understand certain things. So when people watch this, I want you to really dive down, and really do your homework. Because I did my homework with this. Like I said, his first Billboard hit, Untouchable. You listen to that song, it's completely different than a 38 Baby. It's completely different from Dead Trolls. It's completely different from Shot Colin. It's completely different from all those songs. You can name all the old school. It's completely different from anything from Before I Go, anything from What I Was Taught, I Ain't Hiding, the early classics, early 27. It's completely different. If you listen to Untouchable, that's the first Billboard hit. And then I'm nominated for a Grammy, me featuring on Tyler the Creator's song, What's Your Name? And my part on that song, I matched Tyler the Creator. It's not nothing of what I come from. Nothing that is portrayed of me, that the only type of music that I make. So that also speaks volumes. But again, what I just said, a lot of people probably don't know that. A lot of people don't know that he did it, that he was nominated for a Grammy. He knew that. He said in an interview with Academics that he wouldn't get it because of his image.
You got your first Grammy nomination, man. Congratulations. I know somebody in T
That shit, they ain't gonna give me that shit, man.
Nah, you won't get it. Nah, you won't get this one.
You said the Grammy?
Yeah.
They're gonna give it to him because Tyler on it, but they're still hating.
Yeah, Tyler on it. They gotta give it to you.
Shit, no, man. In my heart, I don't believe that bitch gonna come this way. I ain't even focus on that shit. I ain't even let that shit get me excited in no type of way. You ain't finna decide if I'm no winner or no loser, man.
And how he doesn't play the game that they want him to play. And I'm gonna be honest, now that I'm older, I do see it's a little game you do have to play with these awards and these shows and all this stuff. It is definitely a certain game that you have to play. And not every rapper, singer, or even, it's not even just with artists. Not everybody's gonna play that game in order to win and get these certain type of awards. But the fact that he was nominated for a Grammy with a song that had nothing to do with what he originally comes from, that is why I believe, amongst everything else I said, NBA YoungBoy is rap's most versatile artist.